Okay, your time start now.
Hi, good morning. My name is Jasmine, and together with my team today from Herod Watt University, I'm delighted to present to you our project, Empower Impact-Driven Education. Let us start by pausing a moment and asking ourselves a question. What do we want for our children? As a parent myself, I would answer this question by saying that I would like my children to be happy. I would want them to be successful when they graduate. I would want them to have a good job, to be motivated, to be responsible. However, let's look at the situation today. The world today is changing rapidly. The advent of the Industrial Revolution 4.0 is disrupting our job outlook market. Existing jobs are being displaced by new jobs which we do not even know exist today. Existing jobs that we have today could be replaced by intelligent humanoids like Sophia, whom you see on the screen. The skills that we are teaching our students today could well become irrelevant in the near future. On the other hand, let's also look at the situation with our youth today. Many reports have shown that the mental health situation in Malaysia is deteriorating, not only in Malaysia, but worldwide. The National Health and Morbidity Survey in 2017 reports that 40% of adolescents in Malaysia suffer from depression. 20% have anxiety issues, and 10% suffer from stress. In addition, suicide cases are on the rise every day. I'm sure all of you have read about the recent suicide cases in the newspapers affecting even young teenagers as young as 13 years old. In addition to that, we have found that many of our youth today lack motivation, and they actually do not have a sense of purpose. They do not know what they would want to do in future and are clueless. So these are some of the issues that we face. Recognizing this at Herod Watt University, what we have done is we have actually developed a program called the Empower program, which is offered to all students at undergraduate level. The Empower program has the objectives in mind to not only develop students in academic and technical excellence, but to develop them holistically, to inculcate a sense of purpose in our students, and at the same time develop positive, resilient, and be relevant in the near future. So the Empower program actually has 6 domains, which covers all the necessary skills to prepare our graduates to be able to adapt to the challenges of the future. We want to actually develop students who are global leaders and being able to make an impact in the world. We want to have our students be emotionally intelligent, resilient, and happy. We would like them to be good in communication skills, be able to apply creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurial skills, and to make use of critical thinking skills to be able to make better and effective decisions for their personal and professional lives, and at the same time equip them with highly employable and industry-relevant skills. So the first level of the Empower program actually is delivered through an MPU U4 course known as the Self-Empowerment and Social Responsibility. This course is actually offered as a compulsory module to all first-year students who enter Herod Watt University. And this course actually has the learning outcomes, which offers the foundations of building emotional intelligence, communication skills, leadership, and teamwork skills, which will then help them when they go on to do their community and social responsibility projects. The approach that we use in delivering this MPU course is through a face-to-face immersive learning approach through workshops and seminars where we have specially designed learning experiences that encourage the students to develop the kind of mindset and skills that we intend for them to do so, and is followed by self-reflective exercises to produce the self-realization that we would like. So an example of an immersive learning activity that we do is, studies have shown that in order to inculcate a positive mindset, one of the activities that we could do is to express gratitude. So in our workshops, we actually get the students to do an exercise where they would need to express the 5 things that they are grateful for today. And we get them to do it on a regular basis. So research has shown that if an individual expresses gratitude on a regular basis, it increases their level of positivity, and hence increases their happiness, their resilience, reduces stress and anxiety. Another example would be, in order to inculcate or cultivate a life purpose, we actually get students to go through what we call a life journey map. So this life journey maps takes the students to 3 processes. We get them to look at the past and identify what were the significant moments that they have had in the past and to reflect on them. Then they go on to the present, where they identify their current strengths and their talents. And then we get them to look into the future and imagine or envision what they would like to see in the future for themselves, say in 50 years' time. Going through this process allows them to be able to develop what we call a life purpose. Then using this life purpose, the students would then craft an impact statement, which would then define what they would like to do with themselves to have an impact on themselves and the world around them. Ample studies have shown that if an individual has a purpose and they write it down, they would tend to actually be more successful in their studies, their careers, and also in their personal and professional lives. So we have taken this course. This course has been actually run last year for our Heriot Ward University Malaysia students, and there were over 400 students who have completed the course. Based on the success of this course, we actually were invited to run a similar course at our Heriot Ward University campus in Edinburgh with very good success. So this course is easily transferable and to even an overseas campus, and we are very proud of that achievement, where for the first time we were able to actually export a course that has been made locally in Malaysia and be able to run in our UK campus. So in March of this year, we actually officially launched our Empower program, officiated by the Minister of Education, and during this event, Dr. Mazli Malik had actually made a comment to say that he was pleased to see a compulsory MPU subject being redesigned to prepare our youth for future. So I would like to actually now show a video which highlights some of the highlights of our Empower program, and through the MPU course that we have run, and also showing the impact that we have had on students, showing their testimonials and employer testimonials. Please enjoy.
My life's purpose is to solve as many environmental issues as I can, and I plan to do this by starting my own company that hires like-minded, brilliant minds to solve as many environmental issues as we can.
At the time I couldn't speak properly at a young age, and being a very shy little girl to being someone who is confident and very determined to achieve anything.
I'm grateful that you want me to have a better future.
I'd like to tell you that you really mean a lot to me, even though I don't show it much.
empowerment and social responsibility course made me realize that I had to improve myself in order to have a purpose and objective in my life.
It's great to see Harriet Watt University Malaysia has developed the Empower program, aimed to future-proof their graduates, to unleash their potential and prepare them to stand out in an uncertain world.
So I leave you with this question. Are we preparing our children for the future? At Harriet Watt University, we certainly are. Thank you very much. And that's our team members.
Thank you so much. I've been following this actually because Prof. Mushtaq's a friend of mine, so I've been following this and he's been sending me videos as well. But I have a question in terms of the impact, right? I have a teenager, so I know how challenging it is, and your opening kind of caught my attention completely. I have a few follow-up questions, but my main question is with regard to the impact statement.
Yes.
Now, when they attend your general studies paper, they can write brilliantly. They can tell you exactly what was the keywords, I am, my purpose. They can tell you that exactly. How do you follow up their impact and that impact statement in their journey through Harriet Watt? Is there a kind of like a longitudinal study? Like how many cohorts have you had? And after that one course, what is that impact study doing to them throughout their education? I would be really curious to know that kind of an impact. Not so much their impact to society, but the impact to themselves. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Right?
Okay.
That impact statement, how is that impacting them as individuals?
Okay. First, we have only run it for one cohort. So we've had this cohort of like around 450 students who have developed the impact statement. So based on the cross-survey feedback that we have done, many students were actually impacted or had a very positive experience in coming up with the impact statement. First of all, we had students who gave feedback that I did not have a purpose to start off with, but actually going through this course enabled me to have a purpose. And I think I would like to know what I want to do now. And this will actually help me in my studies. That's one. So how do we actually monitor them? Students actually have to submit, as I said, as part of the immersive learning approach that we have, students need to submit self-reflective assessments or exercises. So the impact statement, what we have done is we have linked it with our personal tutoring system at Harriet Watt University, where each student is actually assigned a personal tutor. So after having developed this impact statement, the students bring the impact statement to the personal tutor, and it's discussed during these personal tutoring sessions. So we would want the personal tutor to actually help to monitor the students' progress. And mind you, this is only a first draft of the impact statement. We do not tell the students that it's carved in rock. They can change it. They could actually refine it and change it as they go throughout their journey. So how do we track the students? Basically, this program is actually part of a longer program that, if I show you the Empower program, it's actually a 4-level structured program that runs throughout the course of their undergraduate studies. So the MPU course actually is only the first level, where we start off with the impact statement. Moving on, they would actually move on to level 2, level 3, and level 4, whereby we would actually help to monitor their progress through specially designed co-curricular activities that we have, and also through the personal tutor process, as I said. I hope that has actually answered your question. Can you bring up the slide?
Okay, I have one question. Okay, so I'm just curious on the transferability of the Empower to other university or maybe institution. How? What do you think about that?
That's the wrong one. Okay, so the fact that we have actually been able to deliver some of these learning objectives through an MPU course, I believe that it will be highly transferable. This has actually proven that some of these soft skills that we call, or the human skills, such as emotional intelligence, positiveness, actually can be taught through a course. So I believe that every university in Malaysia needs to conduct MPU courses, and this could be something that can be considered. The other point is that we received really positive feedback when we actually ran this program in UK. And we are working towards actually implementing this as a course that would be actually offered throughout our campuses in UK and Dubai as part of the Heriot Ward University programs.
How about in Malaysia context?
Malaysia context, at the moment, we do not have a plan to roll out, but as I said, that the model that we have, which is actually running it as an MPU course, could well be adopted by other universities.
The credit, how many?
Currently, this is in a U4, which is a 2-credit course. Yes. So just now, to answer the first panel, it's a 4-level program, and currently the MPU is only the first level. So we actually have a framework which actually we would help to guide the students through the other levels.
Can I just ask a follow-up question? Because you said something about mindset development in your presentation. What's the rubric that you use to gauge mindset? Like, you can't read my mind, but how do you know I have had a mindset development or there is a shift? You know, I can write you something lovely because I'm very good with words, but might not capture my mindset development. How do you capture that? Because it's a very abstract concept.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. And of course, some students could fake it, you know, to be frank. But we actually get them to write self-reflective exercises. And based on that, we give them a simple rubric, like what was the impact it had on them, what were the lessons they have learned. And reading the rubric would actually enable us to gauge how sincere the student was and, you know, what is the impact that they had. And we use that simple rubric to actually identify. So basically, it's through the sincerity that they have expressed in that and what was the experience that they have had. And we found that actually many of our students really were engrossed and, you know, engaged in the activities, and they really completed it wholeheartedly, and we were really, really happy and surprised by the impact and the positive response that we received from our students. Okay, thank you very much.
Dipersilakan Politeknik Port Dickson dengan tajuk Projek Integrated Sociopreneur Innovation Project 2019 atau ISIP 2019. Dipersilakan.
Alright. Assalamualaikum. Right. I am from Polytechnic Port Dickson. So this is our project. So I will give you a tour about what is our project is. So the name of our project is Integrated Sociopreneur Innovation Project, or also known as ISIP. Okay, how will you feel if one day you wake up and then suddenly you receive a thank you message from this Nenek Roti Canai Dulang? Okay, and then when you go out for breakfast, and then you meet the Tok Ketua Kampung Teluk Kemang. And he welcomed you. And also all the other villagers also acknowledged you. And then during evening, suddenly Uncle Dragon Fruit Farm came to you and give you some of his grade A dragon fruit. How will you feel? Very nice. You feel like you are the Kak Long Kawasan or Abang Long Kawasan. Okay, so the purpose of our ISIP is actually to have a meaningful and purposeful outcome for community and also for students and also our facilitator. Okay, the project background actually started with the MOU signing with Singapore Polytechnic. So it is actually all started with Learning Express, the 14 days Learning Express, collaboration between Polytechnic Malaysia, that is our Polytechnic, Polytechnic Port Dickson, and also Singapore Polytechnic. So inspired by this, so we decided to do a similar project, but it is focusing on our semester 4 students who's doing final year project, project 1. And this is the, okay, about 29 facilitators involved and also 74 students from electrical engineering department, mechanical engineering department, and also civil engineering department involved. So we have about 6 groups in this Kampung Sirusa, 7 groups in Kampung Teluk Kemang, and also 6 groups in Kampung Baru. And we have full support from our Dun Bagan Pinang local community people, and also, of course, our top management. Okay, the project foundation is actually to cater holistic entrepreneur and balanced graduate, and also to have a good quality TVET graduates. And the project approach that we used is actually design thinking. We have used this 6 phase of design thinking to make it happen. Okay, this is the implementation of our project. It is a 10 days project. So the first 3 days, we actually conducted a crash course of design thinking, okay, where we give input for all the 6 phases, and then they did a practice. We give them project challenge, and then we show them the role play and everything, and then they have to work in their work. They have to understand each phases and practice it. And the outcome of the 3 days, I would say 2.5 days. Okay, the outcome, okay, students able to come up with a good prototype with the project challenge that we have conducted. So this is only 3 days, 2.5 days. And then immediately, on day 3, the same day, all right, after the design thinking course, they will get feedback immediately from their supervisor for each group and also for each kampung. Okay, so this is the next phase of our project, the immersive phase, whereby we bring the students to the kampung, the 3 kampung. So this is the homestay day 1, whereby they will execute the whole process that they have learned before. So here they arrived, they conducted village orientation, they observed the project site, identify the user, and also arrange for interview appointment, and then they stay there with the community. All right, as you can see here, these are some of the pictures of Explore. All right, so we wanted to create an awareness to them of what project that they are going to conduct of the 3 kampung. And then in homestay 2, that is day 4, they will conduct interview with the user and community, make observation, generate mind and insight, and then another night will be the last night they stay over there. Okay, this would be phase 2, the empathy that they did. So they did the interview, they get input and understand the user need. So these are some of the experience that our student got. So they got the opportunity to test on how to do the roti canai using dulang. So it's not easy, as you can see. So this one is like ugly a little bit. So that is the nenek roti canai dulang. She is 73 years old. And she's been doing it almost 30 years. She's been doing the roti canai dulang for 30 years. Okay, on day 3, the last day, so they have got the information already about the user, about the environment, everything that they need. So they are going to create a persona based on what they have understand, and then craft the persona need statement. What is it that they found the user need? And then they depart back to Polytechnic Port Dickson. So this is day 5. All right. This is the next phase. This is the define phase, whereby they gain insight and user need. So this is whereby I said they create a persona, they understand what is the user need, so they do this in a teamwork. And next phase, so day 6, so they started with the ideation. What is it that they wanted to do? What is it that they wanted to help the user? They brainstorm and generate ideas. Okay, phase 6. This one, once they have done the prototype, sorry, sorry. Okay, okay, this part. So they have to do a prototype. They prepare the prototype. So they use all the skills that they have. Sorry for the slide. I don't know, something wrong with it. As you can see, they prepare the prototype so that the user can see what is it that they really wanted to do. And the user can understand what is it that they trying to explain to them. Because orang kampung, they don't understand. Don't really understand. Okay, so this would be the testing part where the student first, they will present it to the they will have co-creation with non-user. That is not the real user that going to use the product. And they will gain feedback. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, the next phase. Mr. Ko, can you please next? So they will go to the real user and then explain to them and then show them what they have. And then they will communicate with, we'll get the feedback from the user directly. If let's say the user don't like it, so they have to change it. So if let's say the user said, it's too expensive, they cannot, they don't have the money to do it, so they have to find something that can help the user. And what have we achieved? So it's actually a meaningful and purposeful outcome for our community. And we managed to use the design thinking methodology, promote good personal and interpersonal skill, immersive and active experiential learning. As you can see, it's only 10 days. And the students able to work by themselves. And also, they are actually look at the user need. What is it that they want? So it's actually an approach of heart-on, hands-on, and head-on. Okay, why we actually wanted to solve this final year project problem or issues, where they are actually lack of real exposure of the on-field real exposure, and then they are having difficulty to come up with problem statement because they are actually lacking of resources, and they usually short sendiri. Okay, and then they have poor interpersonal skill, and it is actually quite boring when you have a conventional teaching and learning only, without a real exposure. And finally, we wanted them to have a product that have rich entrepreneurial elements. Okay, student involvement in terms of cognitive aspect. Okay, it's very active because they use the design thinking, they innovate, they generate ideas and make decisions. Effective aspect, they get involved. So this is a comment from the real user. So they go back to the kampung actually. So the slide just now that's missing is actually this one. Okay, they went to the kampung, they received the feedback, and the project outcome would be, I would tell it's very impressive in 10 days. We have 19 prototypes that the students have achieved. And then the project outcome, this one is the Kampung Baru and Roti Canai Frozen, at Kampung Baru, Roti Canai Frozen and Tempeh project. So we have 6 here, prototypes that we have presented to the user. And they are actually satisfied with it with a minor adjustment. They said, what is it that they wanted to change a little bit, so the student will change it. And this one is at Kampung Sirusa, Pit Stop Road, Kedai Gunting Rambut. So we have 6 also here. Next. Another one. Okay, there's another one actually Kampung Teluk Kemang. And the project impact is actually a very quick and progressive outcome. 10 days, 19 prototypes, and then they experience a lot of things. And then it saved time, student able to gain new experience. They got clear picture of what user want because they interviewed the user, and then it's actually reliable, it's not short sendiri. They have proven because they have interview, video and everything. And then they have a clear idea of development of what they wanted to do, and direct feedback from user and also non-user, and increase confidence level and also the skills that the student have. So future planning. So we would like to do a publication on ISIP guidebook because we have got the request. So this one is the latest one. The latest request is actually from Stimik Sukma Medan. They wanted us to have student exchange activity training on design thinking. Okay, this one we wanted to privatize ISIP. We wanted to generate more income so that we can proceed with our next project of ISIP. And we want to register IP for ISIP. And also to promote design thinking and encourage our students to enroll in the design thinking elective free course, because it is just being introduced this semester. And we can see that it is actually a very good program for the students. And we wanted to broadening ISIP collaboration with other community, institutions, and also industries. And of course, we would like to have an ongoing training for our facilitators and also this ISIP program. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. Shout out to Kampung Sirusa, my childhood playground. So
Okay.
yeah, you gave us a lot of data. When they go and see the Makcik Roti Canai Dulang,
Yes.
what exactly did she need? Was there something she needed? Did she actually tell them? Could you tell us a little bit about, what exactly did these engineering students, how did they help her?
Okay, the Makcik Roti Canai Dulang, she didn't tell much about what she wanted because she's just 73 years old. So she's actually settled down already. So she said, Alhamdulillah, everything okay, nothing, she doesn't want any changes. But when we met the daughter, there's a lot. So she wanted the small factory that they have to be not too hot. It's because when they do the production, it's actually very hot. Okay, and then they wanted that mesin penyerap asap, or the hot temperature, so that it can reduce the temperature inside the kilang. And also the place, the dulang, because she used baldi. So she wanted, the daughter wanted it to be something that stick on the table and it does not move. Because when she do that, it's actually moving. So it's a little bit difficult for them to handle. And it's because they are not having any much, the stuff is only one person only. So it's very limited. So there's 6 products actually, 6 prototypes that they have come out. Chiller to reduce the timing of roti canai to be sejuk. Because sometimes it's taking a longer time. So it's very difficult.
Because these things that the makcik wants is already available, right? So what's the criteria of did you give your students a kind of a criteria that it has to be eco-friendly, that it has to be below 100 ringgit to produce? Was there like a criteria where they couldn't go and get what's already currently available on Lazada, for instance, right? That they have to create? Was there a criteria?
Yes, because actually in one kampung they have 3 different departments. So it cannot be the same one. And then another thing, it should be their field of studies. If let's say civil engineering, so they have to do civil engineering things, mechanical things, and electrical prototypes.
Question, sorry, I'm a bit nosy today. What's the persona? Like, what's the deal with the persona? Like, what's that about?
Okay, persona is actually a character, because they have done interview, they have done, they conducted defined stages. That part is very interesting and very tiring for the student. So to ease down their tiredness, their stress, so we give persona, like create a character, the makcik Roti Canai Dulang. They create what is her motivation and everything, just to ease down their stress, that's all. But that's the most, that the part that they really love to do.
Oops, boleh tanya lagi ke? Boleh, last kan? Okay, now I have 2 questions. First, I'm just like to know, how do you ensure that the students achieve the learning outcomes at the end of the project? According to your course learning outcome or program outcome. That's one question that I'd like to clarify. And then the second one is about, from the sustainability perspective, how do you see the sustainability of the project in the future?
Okay, I answer question number 1. So we actually, I answer number 2 first lah, the sustainability. Okay, this one is first, this is their first, let's say this is project 1. So this is actually the very beginning. In next semester, 2020, they have to come up with the real prototype next semester, and it's going to be their real final year product that they're going to present to the user and also to their supervisor. In terms of CLO, they have, in a group, they have their own supervisor or facilitator that are going to facilitate them. So there are guidelines, rubrics that are being used. And they also need to write a logbook, what happened, what is the progress and everything. Okay, thank you very much.